Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be looking at the 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma.
Oh, okay.
And you, as an educational leader, you want to see how it connects to your work as an educational leader.
Right.
So get ready for a deep dive into how these principles can boost your leadership skills, help your team thrive, and ultimately improve student outcomes.
Yeah, what's intriguing about the 5 a.m. club is that it's not just about waking up early. It's about using that time intentionally to build habits that set you up for success.
Okay.
Think of it as a blueprint for creating a powerful morning routine, something that's especially crucial for school leaders who face constant demands on their time and energy.
Okay, so the book uses a fictional story to get its point across.
Right.
It follows an entrepreneur and an artist who are both struggling, and they end up being mentored by this mysterious guru character.
Right.
And the big reveal, their transformation, hinges on joining the 5 a.m. club.
Yes.
But what does that actually mean for someone in education?
Well, the core idea is that world-class performance, whether you're a CEO or a principal, is built on a foundation of the right habits.
Okay.
Sharma argues that we need to routinize the actions that lead to success. And this resonates deeply with research on effective school leadership.
So it's not just about getting up early, it's about what you do with that time, right?
Exactly. For example, studies have shown that principals who consistently prioritize instructional leadership, being actively involved in curriculum development, observing teachers and providing feedback, have a significant positive impact on student achievement. It's that consistent intentional effort that makes the difference.
So how does the 5 a.m. club approach building these habits?
Well, the book highlights the concept of the 66-day minimum.
Okay.
The idea that it takes consistent effort over approximately 66 days to solidify a new habit. Think about that in the context of school leadership.
Right,
Let's say you want to implement a new initiative, like a school-wide reading program. It's going to take dedicated effort over time to get everyone on board, to establish new routines, and to see those efforts translate into real results.
So I imagine the book is packed with specific habits school leaders should adopt.
Not exactly.
Okay.
It provides a framework, but the real power lies in how you personalize those habits to fit your own context and goals.
Okay.
For instance, the book's famous 20-20-20 formula, 20 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of reflection, and 20 minutes of learning can be tailored to fit the unique demands of a school leader's schedule.
Okay, let's unpack that formula a bit. So exercise, I'm guessing that doesn't necessarily mean hitting the gym at 5 a.m.
Not at all.
Okay.
Exercise could be a brisk walk, a quick yoga session, or even just a few minutes of mindful breathing to center yourself. Or think about doing a mental warm-up by reviewing your lesson plans or visualizing a successful day.
Okay.
The key is to activate your mind and body and prime yourself for the day ahead.
I love that flexibility. And what about the reflection piece? I know the book is big on journaling.
Huh?
How could that be applied in a school setting?
Yeah, journaling is a powerful tool for self-reflection and growth for a school leader. It could be a space to articulate your vision for the school process, the challenges you're facing, or brainstorm strategies for supporting your staff. Research has shown that reflective practices like journaling can help leaders develop self-awareness, improve decision-making, and enhance their overall effectiveness.
So it's not just about venting frustrations. It's about strategically using that reflection time to solve problems and move forward.
Precisely. And then there's the learning component for educators. This could be dedicating time to professional development reading, listening to a podcast like this one, or catching up on the latest educational research. Consistent learning is essential for staying ahead of the curve and ensuring you're equipped to lead your school effectively in a constantly evolving educational landscape.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, one of the more intriguing concepts in the book is this idea of the 4 interior empires.
Right. Sharma argues that true success isn't just about external achievements. It's about cultivating what he calls your mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set. And each of these empires has profound implications for school leadership.
Let's break that down a bit further, starting with mindset.
When it comes to mindset, it's about fostering a growth mindset, not only for yourself, but also for your entire school community. That means embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, encouraging experimentation and innovation, and celebrating effort and progress, not just outcomes.
So it's about shifting the culture of the school to one that values continuous learning and improvement, where mistakes are seen as stepping stones to success, not failures.
Exactly. And this aligns with a lot of research on effective school leadership. Studies have shown that schools with a strong growth mindset culture tend to have higher student achievement, improved teacher morale, and greater resilience in the face of challenges.
That makes sense. A growth mindset can be contagious.
Okay.
Okay, what about heart set?
Heartset is all about building strong relationships and fostering a positive school culture.
Well,
It's about leading with empathy and compassion, creating a sense of belonging and connection, and prioritizing the well-being of your staff and students.
so it's about going beyond just the academic side of things and creating a school environment where everyone feels supported, valued, and connected to a shared purpose.
Right, and this connects to research on the impact of school climate on student outcomes. We know that students thrive in environments where they feel safe, supported, and connected to their teachers and peers, and a school leader who prioritizes Heartset can play a crucial role in creating that positive and nurturing environment.
So we've covered mindset and heart set. What about health set that seems especially relevant for educators who are often prone to burnout?
Absolutely. Health Set is all about prioritizing self-care, getting enough sleep, eating nutritious food, exercising regularly, and finding healthy ways to manage stress. And this isn't just about personal well-being, it's about leadership effectiveness. You can't pour from an empty cup, as they say.
So you're saying that taking care of your own well-being is actually an act of leadership.
Precisely when school leaders model healthy habits and prioritize their own well-being, they create a permission structure for their staff to do the same, and that can lead to a more positive, energized, and resilient school culture overall.
Makes sense. Now let's talk about the final empire, the soul set. This one seems a bit more abstract. How does it relate to school leadership?
Soulset is about connecting to a deeper purpose, aligning your actions with your values, and finding that intrinsic motivation that fuels your work in the context of education.
Yeah.
It's about remembering why you chose this profession in the first place, about reconnecting with that passion for making a difference in the lives of young people.
So it's about tapping into that inner drive that keeps you going even when things get tough.
Exactly. And research shows that when leaders are purpose-driven, they tend to be more inspiring, more resilient, and more effective at motivating others. They're not just going through the motions, they're leading with a sense of mission and conviction.
That's a powerful image. Okay, so we've covered the four interior empires, but the book also talks a lot about focus and productivity. I'm curious, how does the 5 a.m. club approach those concepts, especially in a school setting where distractions are constant?
One of the key strategies the book advocates for is something called deep work. It's about carving out dedicated time for focused, undistracted work on your most important tasks.
I can see how that would be challenging for school leaders who are constantly bombarded with demands.
It definitely takes discipline and intentionality, but Sharma offers some practical tips that can be adapted for a school environment. For example, time blocking, where you schedule specific blocks of time for different tasks and fiercely protect those blocks from interruptions.
So it's about being proactive and strategic with your time rather than just reacting to whatever comes your way.
Exactly. And it's about setting clear boundaries with your staff and colleagues, letting them know when you're available and when you need uninterrupted time to focus.
That makes sense. But what about those times when you can't just shut yourself away in your office? School leaders need to be visible and accessible to their staff and students.
That's where delegation becomes crucial. Identify tasks that can be effectively handled by others and empower your team to take ownership of those responsibilities. Not only does this free up your time for more strategic work, but it also develops leadership skills in your staff.
So it's a win-win. You get more focused time and your staff gets opportunities for growth.
Right. And when you do have those precious blocks of focus time, Sharma suggests using a technique called the 90901 rule for 90 days. Dedicate the first 90 minutes of your workday to your single most important task, the one that will have the biggest impact on your school.
Wow, that's a serious commitment, but I can see how powerful it would be.
Think of it this way. What's the one thing that if you mastered it over the next 90 days would have a transformative effect on your school? It could be improving communication with parents, implementing a new instructional strategy, or developing a more robust professional development program.
That's a great way to frame it. It helps you cut through the noise and focus on what truly matters. Now, the book also talks about tight bubbles of total focus.
Right. This concept is all about creating distraction-free zones where you can do your best work. And it's not just about your own personal workspace, it's about creating those bubbles throughout the school environment.
So how would that look in a school setting?
It could involve things like establishing designated quiet areas for studying or working, implementing technology-free periods during the day, or simply being more mindful of the noise and distractions that can disrupt focus.
I can imagine a school-wide, silence-sustained reading time where everyone from the principal to the kindergartners drops everything and just reads for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
What a powerful way to create a shared culture of focus.
exactly. And it's about training ourselves and our students to manage distractions more effectively.
Any specific techniques you can recommend?
The book highlights a method called the 60-10 method. It's about alternating bursts of intense focus with short renewal breaks. You work on a task for 60 minutes straight, then take a 10-minute break to recharge.
So it's like interval training for your brain.
Precisely. And those breaks are crucial. It's not about checking email or scrolling through social media. It's about intentionally shifting your attention, going for a walk, listening to music, doing some stretches, anything that helps you relax, clear your mind, and come back to your work feeling refreshed. And you can adapt this technique for the classroom as well, incorporating brain breaks into lessons to help students maintain focus and avoid mental fatigue.
That's a great strategy. Okay, we've talked about focus and productivity. Let's shift gears a bit and talk about vision.
Hmm.
The book uses the Taj Mahal as a metaphor for a grand vision brought to life. How does that concept apply to school leadership?
A compelling vision is essential for any school leader. It's about painting a clear picture of what the school can become and inspiring everyone to work towards that shared goal. And it's not something that's imposed from the top down. It needs to be co-created with input from teachers, students, parents, and the wider community.
So it's about building a shared sense of ownership and purpose.
Right, and the vision needs to be inspiring and aspirational, something that motivates and energizes people. But as Sharma emphasizes, vision without execution is meaningless. It's not enough to just have a beautiful vision statement. You need to translate that vision into concrete actions and strategies.
So how does a school leader bridge that gap between vision and execution?
The book's emphasis on habit building is really relevant here. It's about breaking down that grand vision into smaller, more manageable steps, and then relentlessly focusing on executing those steps day after day. It's about creating a culture of continuous improvement where everyone is working together to make the vision a reality.
And that brings us to another key theme in the book, leading by example.
Yes, school leaders set the tone, your actions, your behaviors, your attitude. They all have a ripple effect throughout the school. If you're modeling those habits of focused productivity and continuous learning, you're sending a powerful message to your staff.
So it's not just about telling your staff what to do, it's about embodying those principles yourself.
Exactly, and this is supported by research studies have shown that a principal's leadership style has a significant impact on school climate and teacher morale.
Yeah, when you think about the impact a school leader can have, it really highlights the importance of those leadership qualities.
It's true, and the 5 a.m. Club emphasizes the idea that leadership starts with self-mastery. It's about understanding your strengths and weaknesses, managing your emotions effectively, and continuously striving to become the best version of yourself.
So it's that classic idea of know thyself applied to leadership.
Exactly, and the book argues that when you invest in your own personal growth, you become a more effective and inspiring leader. You're able to connect with your team on a deeper level, build trust, and create a culture where everyone feels empowered to do their best work.
You know, one thing that struck me as we were preparing for this deep dive is how the book talks about reclaiming those early hours. The billionaire character, Stone Riley, even says, the hours that the 95% waste the top 5% treasure. It's a call to action for anyone who wants to maximize their potential to make the most of that time when the rest of the world is still asleep.
Right, and for school leaders who are constantly juggling so many responsibilities, this idea of reclaiming those early hours can be a game changer. It's about creating that sacred space for personal and professional growth before the demands of the day take over.
And it's not just about getting ahead, it's about being more intentional, more focused, more energized throughout the day. It's about showing up as the best version of yourself for your staff, your students, and your school community.
Right, it's about investing in yourself so you can better serve others.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the 5 a.m. Club, I want to leave our listeners with this final thought.
Please do.
The billionaire character in the book says, the hours that the 95% waste the top 5% treasure. How can you, as a school leader, reclaim those precious hours, not just for yourself, but to inspire a culture of excellence in your entire school community?
It's a powerful question, and one that we hope this deep dive has equipped you to answer. Remember, even small changes when done consistently over time can lead to extraordinary results. So embrace the principles of the 5 a.m. Club, experiment with them, adapt them to your own context, and watch as you and your school community transform.
That's it for this deep dive. We hope you found this exploration of the 5 a.m. Club valuable and that you're walking away with some practical strategies to enhance your leadership and make a real difference in your school.